What's up, guys? Welcome back to Radharc Ranch. Today's one of those days where it's like not a good hair day. Almost didn't turn off the camera, but I figured I'd bring you along to feed Miss Bonbon in my craziness of a garage. The kids went sledding today. This is the sledding aftermath. Boots, coveralls, sleds, i.e. trash bags. If you have never sledded down a hill in a trash bag, you haven't lived yet. You go so fast. I wanted to bring you guys along to feed Bonnie today, just to show you that A, she's doing really well. We did get her disbudded, which was, for some reason, really difficult for me to decide on. I've never had an issue with the goats, but the goats are typically for their preservation. Because if you have a woven wire fence and a goat with horns, a lot of times they will put their head through, which Bonnie could potentially do if she was small. But usually, I mean, as an adult cow, her head's going to be too big to fit through there. So getting her disbudded was more for my preservation. So when she's 1,000 pounds and rub it up on me because she's a bottle baby, I don't want to get hurt. So that's why we made that decision. So I listened to a podcast today that talked about how when people are YouTubers or influencers, I guess you could say, it kind of gives you the romanticized notion of what homesteading is like. And she used the reference, it was Roots and Refuge, and she used the reference of Ballerina Farms. And how Ballerina Farms, I don't know her real name, Hannah maybe, said something about how the recipes and stuff that she posts that are all from scratch, she doesn't do that all the time. Like, it's not a sustainable life for her to do all the time. Making everything from scratch all the time just isn't sustainable for her and her family. She's got like 8 kids. So I kind of just wanted to shoot this vlog to A, show you the chaos that is our life, and B, kind of encourage you that if you are someone that wants this kind of lifestyle, that wants to have a homestead, but in your head it's too much or too hard or something that you don't have time for. Okay, vlogging with Bonnie did not work out, so we're gonna run out to the barn so that I can check on the goats. And then we'll finish this conversation out there. Hello, everybody. How are we? I'm coming, girls. Hi, my girls. Back up. Back up. Hello, say hello. You need your close-up, Neve. Neve's for close-ups. Raymond. Laura. Okay, now back up. Hi, Snickers. Hi, Snickerdoodles. I know, I'm in with the goats. You're okay. I'll come see you in a minute. Hello, hello, hello. Off, off. Oh, boy. Let's check Utters. She doesn't look too bad yet. Nora, may I please check out your rear end? You are clearly wide as ever. Get down. You're very rude. No. Rude. Oh, Nora. We're starting to get an udder. Yep. Girl, you are so wide. So wide. She hides her baby so well. What do they say? Left is lunch, right is baby. Her left. What is with you girls jumping? How is it that you have to come out to the barn to get an ounce of peace and quiet? Now Snickers is backing up against me. I will pet you, girl. Come on. So I guess I kind of just wanted to shoot this to encourage anybody that is having a hard time managing your time and getting to the place that you want to be. I get the question a lot of, how do you do it all? Because I work a full-time job. My husband works a full-time job. Snickers is or Cookie is making her way over here. We both work full-time jobs. We have 2 small children. You want to say hello? Everyone is interested in the camera tonight. You and your rooster. I know. I know. What is your deal? What? What is everybody's deal today? You just need a little extra love? I know. You want your close up? You say hello? Say hello. Boop. What is everybody's deal tonight? I think everybody's just been cooped up because it's been so cold. It was like -5 here. May I help you, ma'am? May I help you? So it is 6 o'clock. Trying to get this out of if you're having a hard time managing your days, having a hard time trying to figure out how you can make this lifestyle work because you work full-time or you homeschool or you don't have enough time or you work from home. You know, no matter what your schedule is, it's all a matter of what works for you and how can you work it in. I know typically I make sourdough bread. Just an example. Typically I make sourdough bread. I feed my starter at night. In the morning I make up my loaves. When my loaves are all made up, I go to work for the day and I'm there for 9 hours. When I come home, everything is risen. I make my loaves, I separate them, I put them in the oven, I have bread, daily bread, every other day. How often we need it? Twice a week. Right now, I don't have that, well, I should not say this. I do have the option. Right now, I'm not making the time. There it is. Because instead of making bread in the morning, I know, you're like head bobbing with my hand motions. Instead of making bread in the morning, I'm feeding a calf. I'm feeding Bonnie every morning. It takes like 30 minutes for her milk to warm up. It only takes her 1.5 minutes to suck it down, but I have all of that prep time that I have to take into consideration. And I've ended up getting myself up an extra half an hour early for her. And right this second, I'm not really willing to get up another extra half an hour early to make bread whenever I can plan my meals around eating less bread and then make extra bread on the weekends. Throw it in the freezer and I have it. It's just all about juggling your time and how you can make things work. I believe that you can. If you want it to work, you can make it work. So basically, I guess I'm just trying to tell you that your life's going to be total chaos, but it's worth it. Isn't it, Cook? It's worth it. We love our life. It is total chaos. This morning I was up at 3:45 to feed Bonnie, to be at work at 6. I ended up working until 4, came home, fed Bonnie, came out here, wanted to shoot this vlog for you guys, and check on my goats, put hands on them because they are due at some point. I can't give you a definitive date because I have no idea. But I wanted to put my hands on them and see them and look everybody over because sometimes whenever the kids are feeding, if I'm not working or if I'm not here in the evenings, like Lincoln and Callan will feed, or, you know, the kids and I will feed in the morning, kind of like how we do. But right now Lincoln's on a midnight schedule. Oh, you little turd. You stopped as soon as I turned the camera towards you. Right now Lincoln's on midnights. Let's see if she does it again. And him and I don't necessarily get to cross paths a whole lot because, you know, he's like, I'm home now and he's sleeping. And then he goes into work tonight at 11:30 and I will be in bed already. So, hardy har har. It's one of those days. Everybody's like on one. So anyway, I like to be able to put my eyes on the animals because sometimes I don't get a chance to. Sometimes the kids get out here and get everybody fed before I'm all finished with Bonnie. So I like to make sure at least once a day I'm laying eyes on all the critters and making sure everybody's good and nobody needs anything and we don't have babies coming. So, I don't even know what the end of this vlog is going to end up being like. What ends up getting cut out, what ends up staying. But either way, if the homestead life is the life that you want, you can make it happen. I know sometimes there are trials and tribulations as far as not having property, which we lived in a house for 6 years that didn't have property. I tried to talk my husband into having chickens in town, but he said no. So, if you want it to happen, it will happen. And when the weather's cold and everybody's cooped up, everybody's a little bit spicy, aren't we? Mm-hmm. Little turds. Spicy. But I'm headed back in the house because it's cold and the sass is strong out here. Thank you guys for learning with us. We'll see you next time. There's so much jealousy in this barn right now. It's killing me. Cookie, don't. Don't knock the camera over. Cookie? Mm-mm. Girl. I knew it was going to happen. Sassy pants. Between you and this butt. Yeah, you heard me. I'm talking about you. Let me see. Bonnie's got explosive poops. Girl, you stink. How?